Why doesn't Jesus want his followers to make promises? Welcome back to Small Talk Theology, and we're continuing to look at what it means to be a disciple or a follower of Jesus Christ. And our passage today comes from Matthew chapter 5, verses 33 through 37. Now, in it, Jesus tells his followers not to make an oath at all, either by heaven, because it is God's throne, or by the earth, because it is his footstool. And you would say, well, what is this all about? Well, the Jews in the ancient world, rather than saying, as the Lord lives, they would say, well, that could be construed as taking the name of the Lord in vain. So if you're going to make an oath, make it by something else. Make it by the temple. Make it by the gold of the temple. Make it by heaven. Make it by the earth. But the problem was they also had rules about how binding an oath was based on how you made it. In other words, its proximity to God determined how binding it was. And so Jesus said, this is not how his followers should talk, right? If I have to say to you, look, I promise I'll be there. I promise I'll bring the $5 tomorrow. I promise I won't miss your wedding. Well, why do I feel the need to add these words, I promise? Right? Jesus said all of your words should be true. So when I say something, it should be as good as if I promise to do something. I grew up with this idea that a person is only as good as his word. And so Jesus expects the same things of his followers. A lot of times the reason people will say things like, I promise, or I swear I'll do it, is because that means their word is not trustworthy all of the time. Even more, Jesus says, look, consider the hairs of your head, and you cannot turn one black or white. Now, of course, Jesus is a Middle Eastern man. People have black hair until they got old and it turned white. And so Jesus is saying you can't determine what is going to happen in the future. So you can say, I promise I'll bring you that $5 tomorrow, but may end up that tomorrow you lose the $5. You can't find it. It may end up that you say you're going to be at someone's wedding, but something happens. There's an accident in someone's family. And the truth is, we can't determine the future. So all we can do is be faithful with our words and say, look, if the Lord wills, then I will do it. Now, some people would say, well, does this mean that Christians can't get married then because you make a vow, or you can't make a vow in your wedding? No, I have control over whether I love my wife and am faithful to her, but I can't promise about the things I have no control over. And my word should be honest all the time. Well, if this blesses you today, like it, share it. If you have a question, ask it in the comments. And I can see you guys tomorrow. God bless you. Live for Jesus.